Alright guys, so inside of Cookie Run Kingdom, there's a lot of different rarities starting from ancient all the way down to common, and for most of us, or if not all of us, we want to get the cookies who are going to be in the higher rarity, something like White Lily right now or Golden Cheese, because they are going to be quote-unquote meta, or they're used very often. Alright, of course they're going to be like one of the best cookies to use in a lot of different stages, and that's the reason why legendaries as well as ancients are really good, as well as some of the super epics right now. However, there are cookies inside of the game that are actually going to perform better than some of these super epic legendaries or even ancients that are going to be within the epic tier. So I know a lot of us have talked about in the past how there is a rare cookie like Blackberry who is actually or should have been an epic tier because of the usage of her skill back in the days. She did some insane amount of damage as a rare cookie, as well as the buff that she had, which was 20% crit, was really good. However, there are a couple epic cookies right now inside of the game that are going to perform even better than epics, better than super epics, and better than some of the ancients and legendaries that are going to be inside of the game. And starting off the bat, I have talked about multiple times, but Cranberry is going to be one of the best, if not the best cookie inside of the game right now. Alright, so as an epic cookie, a lot of people thought his design was pretty boring, and I'm sure you guys are already going to say, I don't know why Cranberry is so good. His design's really boring. He's so simple, but that simple cookie is going to be dominating the game right now. So as an epic range cookie right now, Cranberry is used not only inside of the world exploration for the dark mode, story mode, master mode, even in the beasties right now, going to be used inside of the arena, guild boss battle for the Avatar of Destiny, is going to be used inside of the Cookie Alliance. Pretty much every single part of the game, Cranberry is used. Alright, so this was one of those cookies that really needed to be pulled by all accounts. Right now, we don't have Cranberry's, Soul Stone available inside the Milo shop, but should be coming out very soon. And the reason why is because of his buff that allows him to just target either multiple cookies or, a single cookie and deal a bunch of damage. All right, to put it simple, he just does a lot of damage, and he works really good because not only does he do a lot of damage, but it's multiple different hits, which means that hit shields inside of something like 18-20 is not going to be a problem for Cranberry because of the fact that Cranberry just absolutely melts those hit shields. All right, so right now Cranberry is absolutely amazing. Some of the comps that are being used with him inside of World Exploration is, the double tank as well as healers and Cranberry, or we have the arena speed comp going on still, something like this where White Lily is used, or simply with burnt cheese in here is going to be a comp that people are using. And this is actually really good because it's made out of full epics, right? So Cranberry right now is absolutely one of the best cookies, if not again the best cookie, I would say, for all accounts to invest in. He can carry you through, I would say, 90% or almost 90% of all game modes inside of the game right now. Like all different content inside of Cookie Run Kingdom, Cranberry is able to carry you. And just quickly going over the topping, he is going to use mostly full-on steering raspberry. Sometimes in certain cases like 1-30 dark mode for the beasties, he might be using a full-on solid almond just so that he is able to survive. But in most cases, he's going to be using full steering raspberry, or sometimes a mixture build like this for maybe some Avatar of Destiny teams, or for certain stages where substats don't really matter or damage resist doesn't really matter. And also for his biscuits, I did not level it up yet, but if you can get some attack speed, absolutely wonderful. Damage resist bypass is really good too, and extra attack or some extra damage resist is going to be beneficial for Cranberry. And additional to Cranberry, there are a couple cookies that are going to just perform really good or really well inside of the game. And right now, the only real healer from the Epic Plus tier is going to be Pure Vanilla. And for us inside of the Epic tier, we have Parfait as well as Cream Puff, and from the special tier, Snapdragon. These are going to be the meta healer slash supports that we have, and you definitely need to level them up. Cream Puff full on juicy apple jelly. Parfait is going to be full on Swift chocolate, and then of course with Snapdragon it's also going to be a full Swift chocolate, and going to be focusing on 0 damage resist because Snapdragon does not take any damage. All right, and then additional to Cranberry, I will have to say right now, within the epic tier, Financier is also really performing well, and in a lot of surprising cases, Captain Caviar is actually performing really well right now as well. And of course, there was some talks back in the days where, hey, Captain Caviar should have been a super epic, right? As one of the elders inside of the Cram Republic, we had Oyster come out as a super epic. We had also, the Clouded Cream come out as a super epic. But Captain Caviar actually came out as an epic. And it was actually a good news for a lot of us because instead of having to pull and be lucky, right, to get multiple copies, Captain Caviar could have simply been pulled on the feature banner. And now, for a lot of us inside of the Milo shop to get Captain Caviar. And he has gotten a lot better now because of the usage and his release of the magic candy. Absolutely broken, absolutely just a burst damage. I don't think there's a lot of cookies that can out damage Captain Caviar when it comes to just straight up raw damage. It just gets better over time with the level up as well. We got second explosion plus 10, third explosion plus 20, and then fourth explosion plus 30. So extra damage comes out every single time. And then of course, as you continue to upgrade his magic candy, you just do more damage, right? And then you also do have a built-in damage resist bypass that is going to just work for his skill. And also additional to that, he does have this right over here, 42% defense reduction for all the enemies that are going to have the ability to be debuffed, right? There are some enemies that are immune to that, but Captain Caviar is absolutely wonderful. Again, for him too, he's using a full-on Serum Raspberry in most of the cases. It just depends on what kind of team you're using him in. I know there are teams that are even using Captain Caviar inside of the arena, but he is mainly used for just boss battles or single hit burst damages compared to someone like Cranberry. I believe just straight up raw damage with one skill usage in split second, Captain Caviar is the best. And then of course we do have something like this is going to be beneficial for him. Extra cooldown is also wonderful. Extra damages is good too, but if we could get attack speed or damages this bypass additional to his skill from the magic candy is going to be beneficial. Again, focusing on the damage resist and cooldown, damage resist, crit, and attack, those subsets are going to be amazing for Captain Caviar. All right, so I would say again, out of the epics, if you just build like Financier, you build Captain Caviar, you build Cranberry, you build Parfait, and then you build someone like, Snapdragon as a special or Cream Puff, you're going to be able to clear most of the stages. It's just how it is with the game right now. Like, there's a lot of epics, but you don't want to spend a lot of resources on a lot of these. These guys are all, a lot of them are outdated. A lot of them are just not used anymore at all. So you can tell, like, some of them are not even leveled up for me. Like Moon Rabbit is level 60. Some of them are level 70, 39, 75. A lot of them are still 75 because I don't use them anymore. And a lot of their magic candies, something like, wild berries, as well as something like, pine cone, cream unicorn, they're not leveled up because they're just not good. But these particular epics that I mentioned are probably going to be really worth your investment, your EXP Star Jelly, skill powders, your materials for the magic candy. But out of them all, Cranberry is going to be one of the best, or if not the best, like the third, fourth time I'm saying this, but absolutely wonderful. Going to be a hyper carry for a lot of the content that you guys have. Anyways, guys, just want to kind of ask you guys a question. Who do you think is the best epic inside of the game, as well as who should have honestly, been labeled as a different rarity because of just how well they perform inside of the game right now. But thanks for watching. I'll be updating you guys with other guides as well. But let me know down in the comments below if you guys need anything, and I'll catch you guys all on the next one.